Hi everyone, and welcome back to Game Arenas. The Super Bowl, it's the ultimate celebration of American sports, a cultural phenomenon, and a massive party that transforms a city for a week. We're all familiar with the glamour, the halftime shows, and those thrilling finishes, but today we're looking at something a little different, the NFL stadiums that, despite their legendary status and passionate fans, are unlikely ever to host the big game. We're ranking them today, from the stadiums with a tiny glimmer of hope to those with absolutely zero chance. Get ready for some surprising reasons, historical quirks, and maybe a little bit of heartbreak as we explore the stadiums that will never host a Super Bowl. Before we jump in, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for your front row seat to all things stadiums and sports venues. And if you're as hyped about this topic as we are, share it with your fellow football fans. It really helps the channel grow. So, let's get started. Before we dive into the rankings, let's take a quick look at what it really takes to host a Super Bowl. It's not just about having a massive stadium, it's about delivering the total package. First up, space. The NFL demands plenty of it for fan zones, game day experiences, and all the Super Bowl festivities. Then there's infrastructure. We're talking hotels within an hour's drive, equal quality practice facilities for both teams, and at least 70,000 fixed seats in the stadium. Weather, it's a big deal. The league strongly prefers warm climates to dodge the chaos of snow and freezing temperatures. And lastly, the NFL has a serious soft spot for state-of-the-art facilities. If a stadium or city doesn't check all these boxes, their Super Bowl dreams are pretty much off the table. Let's start with the stadiums that have a slim chance, not completely out of contention, but facing some significant obstacles. First up, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. It has the necessary infrastructure and seating capacity, and being south of the Mason-Dixon line reduces the likelihood of major snowstorms. However, February weather isn't guaranteed to be warm, and Charlotte doesn't stand out compared to more attractive warm weather destinations. Next, there's Nissan Stadium in Nashville. With 69,143 seats, it's just shy of the NFL's 70,000 seat requirement. While Nashville has plenty of charm and infrastructure for game day events, it's still not likely to offer warm, sunny weather in February, and practice space could be an issue. Then we have M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. It meets the seating minimum, and the area is pleasant, but Baltimore lacks a dome and any standout attractions beyond its famous crab cakes, making it a less compelling choice for the NFL. Finally, Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, the loudest stadium in the league and a historic fan favorite. Unfortunately, its age, the city's limited infrastructure, and unpredictable February weather are all significant barriers to hosting the Super Bowl. Now, let's move on to the stadiums with very little chance of hosting a Super Bowl due to more significant obstacles. First up, Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, which doesn't meet the capacity requirements. Accessibility to its upper decks is another drawback that hinders its chances. Next is Gillette Stadium, home of the New England Patriots. Despite being near Boston, it's located 30 miles from the city center, creating logistical challenges. Add to that the cold weather and the fact that it's 4,000 seats short of the NFL's minimum requirements, and its chances look slim. Then there's Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. While it's located in a large market, the weather is a major concern. Additionally, Philadelphia isn't a top tourist destination, and there are occasional concerns about the behavior of some season ticket holders, which doesn't help its case. Finally, Lumen Field in Seattle. Though it's a fantastic stadium in a vibrant city, the rain is its biggest issue. Rain could impact both the game and the broadcast quality, something the NFL is unlikely to risk. Now, let's talk about the stadiums that have absolutely no chance of hosting a Super Bowl. The obstacles here are so significant that they might as well be deal breakers. First on the list is FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, home of the Washington Commanders. With major issues like poor access and traffic nightmares, it's far from the NFL's vision of a perfect Super Bowl venue. Next is Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Located in a cold-weather city, it has a small stadium footprint, limited parking, and major weather concerns that make it an unlikely choice. Then there's the iconic Lambeau Field in Green Bay. While it's a shrine for football fans, Green Bay is a small market with frigid winters, no major airport, and limited hotel capacity. The fans are deeply attached to their historic stadium and wouldn't want a dome, but the NFL isn't going to make an exception for such harsh weather conditions. Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland is next on the list. Sitting on the shores of Lake Erie, it's constantly exposed to freezing winds and bitter cold, making it unsuitable for a Super Bowl. Soldier Field in Chicago is another no-go. This aging stadium was never designed to host an event as massive as the Super Bowl. Its downtown location creates logistical headaches, and the city's infamous winter winds only add to the challenges. Finally, there's Highmark Stadium, home of the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo in February is no tropical getaway, with temperatures averaging between 19 and 31 degrees and 5 inches of snow. The city's infrastructure isn't equipped to handle 100,000 visitors, and the stadium itself lacks the modern amenities the NFL prioritizes. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? Some of the most passionate fan bases and iconic stadiums are the least likely to ever host a Super Bowl. The NFL's focus on warm weather, modern facilities, and smooth logistics leaves many historic venues out in the cold, literally. This also highlights how market size isn't everything. Take New Orleans, for example, a smaller market that has hosted the Super Bowl 10 times. Meanwhile, major cities like Chicago and Philadelphia haven't hosted even once. So, what does the future look like? The league will likely continue favoring warm weather destinations with state-of-the-art stadiums. For cities with older venues, massive investments in new infrastructure are their only shot. But for the stadiums we've covered today, the harsh reality is that hosting a Super Bowl is next to impossible. That's the nature of the game, and the business behind it. And there you have it, the NFL stadiums that are unlikely to ever host a Super Bowl. Were you surprised by any of these rankings? Do you think one of these stadiums deserves a shot, even if it's a long shot? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Game Arenas for more awesome content, and check out our Super Bowl playlist, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.